A partitioned flat is usually divided into 6 or more units. Every unit is around 5 to 6 square meters in size. Sometimes it caters to one tenant only, but most of the times, each unit houses one family of 4 or 5 members. The rent is around $200 per month. With reference to the study by the Society for Community Organization, people living in subdivided flats are mainly unemployed citizens, low-income families, new immigrants, and so on. Although there are different kinds of public housing in Hong Kong, people usually have to wait 3 to 10 years or even longer. They can only afford to live in subdivided, partitioned flats or even just a cage home. The rent is roughly 35% of the tenant's monthly income. It is a Chinese tradition to post red banners with messages of good luck and fortune on walls as New Year decoration. The tenants of the partitioned flat post them for the whole year to wish for luck. It is a sign of hope and humble joy in a tough environment. It is also the only decorative element in the whole flat. Like other local families, rich or poor, the tenants also worship the god of war and the god of earth. The only difference is the setup here is simpler. Hong Kong Chinese believe the god of land owns every piece of land. Through worshipping both god of war and god of land, their safety is secured. Mahjong is the tenants' everyday fun. It is a game which originated in China since the 19th century. Hong Kong Mahjong is the most widespread form of Mahjong in China. Some scholars argue that the institutionalization of Mahjong in the social system is significant. The game has become part of social life and Chinese culture. The game functions as a signifier of Chinese culture and tradition. At many family gatherings or Chinese wedding banquets, Mahjong is part of the program. Unlike normal households, the flat here is subdivided into individual units, so there's more than one electric meter. In this situation, usually there are 8 to 10 meters, so the electric bill will be based on the electrical usage of each individualized unit. Instead of paying the bill to the electric company, the tenants have to pay the bill proportionally to the landlord, and it is usually 30 to 40% more expensive than paying the electric company. Apart from the higher price, the subdivided electric meter also means more danger. There are rarely safety checkups. Fire accidents sometimes happen and the casualties are serious because the flat is very crowded with people and all their personal belongings. The wooden ladder is for the tenants who rent the cockloft right above the partitioned units. While sitting in the cockloft, the tenants' heads are touching the ceiling. It is a place for sleeping rather than other activities. This is the only kitchen in the partitioned flat. It is very narrow, but you got every basic utensil you need here. The hygiene condition is very poor, but the tenants still cook here every day. As the old Chinese saying says, food is God for people. Tenants worship the god of heaven in the kitchen. It is a traditional belief in a lot of local households. Like the god of earth, they believe the god of heaven can keep them safe from harm such as fire or hunger. Kerosene stoves are the main stoves the tenants use. Kerosene is cheap and an old kind of fuel. It is much cheaper than electricity as well as gas. It is all the tenants can afford. In this partitioned unit of 5 square meters, a senior citizen couple lives here. Some other tenants may live with their kids. To them, this is home, with upper and lower bunk beds, cooking utensils, family photos, clothes, and other personal belongings. At the same time, it is the bedroom, living room, and dining room, as well as the kitchen. These cosmetic items and the mirror belong to the female tenant. Although life is tough, appearance matters. To the residents, this is a kind of enjoyment as well as source of self-esteem. These family photos not only remind the tenants of the old days, but they make the partitioned unit more homey. Due to the lack of space, they can't hang the framed photos on the wall, but instead have to put them next to their bunk beds. A washing machine is a luxury for these tenants. Space and air circulation are other luxuries. After hand washing their clothes, the tenants hang them from the ceiling to dry. On humid days, the water keeps dropping onto their heads and the floor. This is an example of a partitioned unit for a single man. As you can see, there are a lot of things which belong to the old days. Some tenants refuse to move to public housing even after years of waiting. Sometimes it is because the public housing is too far away from the city centre for them. Sometimes the tenants prefer the company of their longtime neighbours to living alone. Wong Tai Sin is a Chinese Taoist deity popular in Hong Kong. For many people, he often means that you receive what you ask for. The Wong Tai Sin Temple is one of the most important Taoist temples in Hong Kong. We will never know how many times the tenant might have prayed to Wong Tai Sin, nor how many times Wong has responded to his prayers. The tenant was a professional drummer before moving into this partitioned unit. He is retired, although he does still perform occasionally in homes for the elderly or in orphanages. The set of drums is his most valuable property. You can steal his money, but not his drums. He will fight back. The handwriting on the wall is by the tenant. This kind of writing spelling is for good luck and fortune. The tenant has been hoping for good luck for a long time. The tenant has bought a lot of Mark 6 lottery tickets. A ticket costs about $2. In Hong Kong, betting on the Mark 6 is the same as buying hope. To the tenants in partitioned flats, hope is the only positive thing which they can rely on.